welcome to the another lecture series, that is lab series in analysis and design of algorithm. Hope you are all doing well. So today we are going to discuss another interesting problem. Actually it's an sorting technique which is called as an insertion sort. So now you have studied this in our theory part. Now insertion sort comes under the technique called as the decrease and conquer, right? So we have seen brute force method, we have seen divide and conquer, which was another technique. Now we had another technique called as decrease and conquer. So now insertion sort comes under our decrease and conquer. Now what does this decrease and conquer technique says? So under this decrease and conquer, so the problem instances is reduced, right? It is decreased, it is not divided, it is decreased. Now in decrease and conquer technique, we have three variations which we have seen. Now under that, the decrease by 1, so when you are going to decrease the size by 1, the instances of your problem by 1 in each iteration. Now that is the concept which is being used in our insertion sort. That is the we are going to use in our insertion sort. Okay, so if we come to our algorithm, right? So we have already discussed this in detail in our theory classes. Now what does this or how this algorithm insertion sort is being designed? So if you assume that if in our array a of 0, that is from first element to the I minus 1th element, if it is already sorted, right? So we have sorted this. Now when you pick one element, now you are going to place this, you are going to insert this in its exact position by comparing that with the previous element, right? That was the basic idea. So now practically, now when we want to implement this algorithm, so now you just look into the algorithm. So how the algorithm says, you are given an input array A from 0 to n minus 1, that is the size, right? So now what you do for I is equal to 1 to n minus 1, right? For I is equal to 1 to n minus 1. Okay. So for I is equal to 1 to n minus 1. So what we are doing here is that, so we are going to consider, so we are going to consider the array A. So for I is equal to 1 to n minus 1, right? So thinking that the first number is already sorted, right? So now we put A of I into temporary, we store it into V, decrement j, or we assign j to I minus 1. So now j will be pointing to the first element of our array because we are starting I from 1. So now we check that until j is greater than 0 and the first element, if it is greater than the next element, that is the temporary element, we put that A of j into A of j plus 1, right? We copy that into that, decrement j by 1, and we assign the temporary which we have stored, because once you assign the A of j to A of j plus 1, as we have already discussed in the theory when we traverse that algorithm, so we lost that number. So to get that, how do we get that overwritten number? Because here we have stored temporarily in V, so we get that in A of j plus 1. So this is a very small algorithm, that is insertion sort. So once you pick, like say 1 number, now before you insert, right, before like picking a deck of card, 1 card from the deck of cards, when you pick one card, before you insert it in your hand, there itself you are going to compare it and sort it. That's why it is called as insertion sort. And this insertion sort is an example, comes in the decrease and conquer. Now in decrease and conquer, decrease by 1. So we have three varieties, and a decrease by 1, so we can find this particular algorithm. And also now we have seen this is how it works, right? So if you have got an array of element, so we assume that the first number is already in sorted order, Now when you pick the second number, right, now you are going to compare this with 89. Since 45 is less than 89, you put this 45 in front of this. So now the two numbers are sorted, 45 and 89. Now you take the third number, new number. Now this number now has to be inserted properly in its position. So that's why we call insertion sort. When you are inserting this, now you are going to compare. So you take this number 69, you will compare it with the previous number 89. Right, 68. 68 is less than 89, so actually it comes in this position. So it comes and fits here. Next you take this 90. 90 you compare with the immediate previous number 89. 90 is greater than 89, so you don't do anything. So till here elements are sorted. So now you take the new number 29. Check it with this previous number 90. So 29 is less than 90, so it should come before 90. Now when you are going to keep it here, again you are going to check that this 29 is greater than, because it should be greater. If it is greater than 89, then only can place, but 29 is less than 89, so we shift 29 here. So if you want to drop 29 here, now it should be greater than 68 and less than 89, right? So it is less than 89, but it is not greater, so it goes here. Similarly it goes here, so you have to drop 29 at the first element. So like this, insertion sort is going to work. So now let us try to implement this particular algorithm. Right, now we have done the analysis of this particular algorithm also. Right, the time complexity, the worst case was n square. Right, so now we will try to implement this particular algorithm practically and we'll try to see. So we'll open the code blocks as usual. So in this program also, now you are supposed to find the time complexity, right? So now we'll open a project, new project, select the template, that is console application, click on go, you get a welcome screen, console screen. Next, select C program, C style, give a project name, insertion, we click on next and finish. Now template is ready for us. Yes, it is ready. Now go to your main.c. We click on main.c, so the sample program is ready. So now push your main down, because we'll come to our main program later. So our task is to build the insertion function. So here also, now we want to find the time complexity. So we'll include windows.h. So as soon as you type WIND 4 characters, you can see here all which are in Windows W, it comes. So we want windows.h. So you can see here windows.h. As soon as this blue color line comes under windows.h, just type enter key, everything automatically comes, no need to type. Go to the next line, hash include, now see INCL. So I have typed 4 characters, you can see it comes here, this is what you need include, right? Plus enter key, complete comes, then time.h. So you want to include time.h. So all the include is over. Now it is a sorting, so no need to return type, is void. So we will type the function name insertion, right? So what is required for us? An array. So we need an array A. So as soon as you declare A, you need the size. So next you are going to declare the size of the array as n. So we will take some variables. So now you have seen that in algorithm temporarily we store a number in V, then for comparison we will take I and j, right? So we are starting for loop for I is equal to 1. So you can see here. So once again we will go back to our algorithm. So what the algorithm says, now you are starting from I is equal to 1 to n minus 1 and initialize a of I or store a of I value in temporary variable b. So for I is equal to 1 semicolon, I less than or equal to n minus 1 I plus plus, right? So what you are doing, v is equal to v is equal to a of I, right? Next we initialize j. So what will be your j value? J is equal to I minus 1. So next we have got a while loop. So what is while loop? So j greater than or equal to 0 and a of j should be, if it is greater than v, a of j greater than v, right? See here, while j greater than 0 and a of j greater than v, do. So you have to do your insertion. So how you are going to insert? Now, a of j plus 1. So in a of j plus 1 you will put a of j, because a of j is greater than v. After doing this, you decrement j by 1. So once it has been inserted, so now whichever value which you are having in temp, that is v, we assign that to a of j plus 1. So this is your insertion sort. So this is one of the very simple sort. So now we will go to our main program. So what is required in our main? So we need to accept the elements. So just like in merge sort, so we will declare an array A of some memory location. We need the size of the array A for accepting the element, processing the element. We will take I. Now we have to calculate the time complexity. So we will use clock underscore t. So we will use a variable called as c for a clock. So we will first accept the printf slash and enter the size of the array. So what is your size of your array you accept? So scanf. So which variable you used for size of the array? We have used n. So scanf ampersand n semicolon. So next you need the elements. Now elements will be generated randomly. So you will say printf slash n elements before sorting, right? Now you are going to generate the elements randomly. So we'll use a for loop for I is equal to 0, I is less than n, and I plus plus, right? So I plus plus. So you, in your array A of I, we generate randomly all the numbers, put mod 100, that means only 2-digit number, and we will print what are those random numbers which have been generated. Print %ly slash t comma A of I, right? So we are printing. So now we have to call the insertion sort, right? So before calling, start your clock. So c is equal to call the built-in function clock and start your system clock, right? Now call the function insertion. So what is the argument? You are going to pass array, and what is the size of your array. So now when the control goes to this insertion, so when the control goes to this, all the sorting is been done. So once the sorting is been done, now you are supposed to print the array. So we will print the elements after sorting. So we will print elements after sorting. So you have to use print. So we need not accept any elements. So we will just say print these elements, right? So again we have done a mistake. As soon as you start the clock, you have to stop the clock. When you are going to stop the clock, once your insertion is completed. So now, so when this control goes to the function insertion, it completely does the task, then you have to stop the clock, right? Now what is the command to stop the clock? So you have to use the built-in function clock only. So this clock, this function will give you the time. So now whichever at what time you are going to stop, so we put that in C plus. So now C plus clock means this C is previous what we are having, right? So just like in our previous program. So what we have done, so not plus, it should be C minus, right? So C equal to C minus clock. So now this function clock will stop. So here when you have started the clock, the starting value, starting time is stored in C. Now what you are doing, you take that starting time C minus, again you are calling the clock for stop, right? So the start time minus stop time, the difference is stored in C, right? So it is stored in C. So we are going to use that same variable C because it is of type clock. So now what we do is that once you have displayed all the elements, so we will printf. Now what we need, /n, the time taken is equal to %e, comma C divided by clocks per second, capital CLOCKS underscore PER underscore SEC. Right, as soon as you type, when you find here whichever is there, you go to under that and type or press enter key, automatically the complete thing comes, right? Then end it with semicolon. So this is a very simple program of insertion sort. Now let us compile this program and let us check. So you have to remember that, so insertion sort is an example which we have discussed under our decrease and conquer technique, right? So we have so many algorithmic techniques. Now under this we have used decrease and conquer. Now you can see here, now somewhere error is coming, so but we are not able to see at which line what is that error. So why? Because that log is closed. So what we have to do is go to this view, right? Now you can see here logs, or you can press F2. So just click on this log. So now down you can see a particular window now which displays or which gives you where this error, what is this particular error is there, right? So now the one error here, we are having typing error. What is that? Printf. So we have missed the T here, right? So print. So print F. Now another, you can see the error which we have done. So somewhere, let us compile. There is another error. Let me show you what is that particular error. Now again we will compile. We will get an error. We will see that you will get an error. Now we have done one simple, very simple mistake. These are the general mistakes which you do in the lab session. So now it is stopping at line number 19. Now you can go here and down. You can see that. Now where is that particular line number? Now you can see here, this is the line number 19. Now what it is telling, error expected semicolon before the closing bracket. So that means in this line number 19, so either on top of that or below that, you just see both the lines, right? Now somewhere expected semicolon, that means somewhere you have not terminated your C line with a semicolon, because in C style, so you know that every statement should end with a semicolon. Now here we have missed a semicolon. Now you type your semicolon so that you can remove this error. Now let us compile and see. So this is how, like, isn't it? So we should get some errors. So if we get the errors only, now we can come to know that what are the common mistakes, general typing mistakes or syntactical errors we are going to do when you type your program. Now let us see, are we going to get any errors, or without any errors we are going to execute this particular program, right? Okay, it is taking a little bit of time. This is what the insertion sort is saying. So just one for loop and one while loop. So this is one of the very simple program compared to the other, like say merge sort or our quick sort, right? So we have to even see the quick sort. So in our next session, so we will be looking about the quick sort, how we are going to do it. Let's wait. How it's taking too much of time, even though the program is very small. The system is taking too much time to compile. So this comes under which? Yeah, it's compiling now. So you can see the changes, all the changes, what all the log reports have been generated. So now so we don't have any systematic error. Now let us execute and check. So initially when you are checking the program, we give small numbers, but in your examination for the examiner, better try to give larger number because we need time complexity. So all these programs, the initial 4 programs what we have, where we are going to calculate the time complexity, you have to execute for 2 to 3 inputs. Like say you have to give larger numbers of the array and note down what is the time complexity of this algorithm, then try to plot a graph. So now you can see randomly 500 numbers are being generated, and these 500 numbers are stored in our array. So once it is stored in our array, we are calling insertion sort, and we can see clearly that how the sorting is being done. So all in ascending order. So starting from the lowest number is 0. Now it is been sorted, and you are going to get the output, right? I can see the array, but you see that even though it is executing slow, but see what is our time we are going to get. In this program, now we got time as very 0, that is almost 0. It is very fastly it is trying to do it, right? So it depends upon, see, sometimes it depends upon our system to system. When you are compiling it, there are a lot of factors are there. We have already discussed in the theory part when you are working on the time complexity. So sometimes the system may be slow, or the operating system may be trying to take the processor and try to execute that very fastly. So when you give very small number 15, also sorting is happening, but the time complexity now we are getting is still 0. So we are unable to get here any time because it is executing so fast that when you find the difference of this time, so it is very small that you cannot try to display it by using these things. Or we can say let us take another variable instead of clocks per second. Okay, the same thing. Let us try once again. Are we able to get? So it depends. So sometimes you will get the time. So sometimes you will get the time will be very small. Okay, the processor executes it very fast that we are unable to find when you find the start the clock and when you are going to stop the clock. So to note down that very minute time, that is 0.00, now it becomes very difficult for us. Now let us try to give still more. Let us give 1500 numbers and see are we able to, does it displays any time or not. Okay, so we are giving generating 1500 numbers, storing it in an array, and try to sort it by using insertion sort. But anyhow, when you have done the analysis of your algorithm, you have seen that worst case the time complexity of insertion sort is n square, which is very bad compared to our merge sort, right? So the merge sort is better for us when it compares to the insertion sort as per the analysis what we have done. So still it is generating because we are given huge number, and this system is also very slow. So first it has to generate 1500 numbers randomly, then it tries to sort that particular number. Yes, now the sorting process is happening. Now already sorting is completed, but we are displaying that sort. So we are trying to display this from our array. It should not take this much slow time. Of course, when you are working with your particular system, you might be getting it very fast because the system maybe depends upon your RAM and the speed. Let us see that this for this particular instances of input, are we able to get some time? Too much numbers I think we have given, right? No. Sorting is happening, but still the time is very minute that we are unable to display this particular time by using the difference. When you are trying to find the difference, now still we are getting 0, but it does not matter right now because the sorting is happening for us. So once you are able to obtain the sorting, so we can use some parameters. So like say you try it for 1 or 2 times, still if you are not able to get the time complexity, so then now we can try to forcefully stop the program in between. So we can try to make some statements to sleep for certain period of time. So if it sleeps for certain period of time, then we can try to note on that particular time. Anyhow, we will be discussing those things in our next classes. So now this is about our program called as an insertion sort. So I think it's very clear now. Okay, so once again, so don't by heart, so try to write, understand the algorithm, look into the theory, how actually insertion sort is going to work, and practice it properly. So the more and more you practice, so it becomes easy for you people to understand this particular program. So saying this, so we'll try to wind up this particular session of insertion sort. So in the next session we'll be looking into some other very interesting programs in analysis and design of algorithm. So have a great time. Bye bye.